Dutch state-owned rail operator Abellio is being stripped of the contract to run Scotland's railways 3 years early, leading to fresh moves for greater state control of the service. Transport Secretary Michael Matheson confirmed that the franchise will come to an end in March 2022, although the contract was due to run to 2025. ScotRail had previously admitted it would not hit its punctuality targets until that very month. Transport Secretary Michael Matheson has indicated there could be a franchise bidding war, but with a process that could include a public sector bidder such as CalMac. He indicated the preference would be for Holyrood to have full power over the rail network so that it could abolish franchising and decide the extent to which the public sector runs Scotland's railways. But he said the Scottish Government's hands are tied at the moment because the only current option is to have a franchise bid for rail services in Scotland, while having the scope for a public sector body to be involved. I want to get rid of franchising, so that we can have a public sector service in Scotland that reflects the needs of the people of Scotland. We will do everything that we can to get the powers here in Scotland to determine the future shape of Scotland's railway, he said. But he acknowledged it could cost a public sector organisation some £10 million to make a bid without any guarantee of winning. That is why we need to get rid of franchising for rail services. It is costly, complex and does not serve the public well. We need to have all the powers over rail in this Parliament in order to determine the way in which we run and shape our rail services, he said. The announcement came a day after the Herald revealed ScotRail had delivered its poorest monthly performance in a year, off the back of introducing a new fleet of greener electric trains to help create the best railway Scotland has ever had. But in ScotRail's latest monthly report, the incidents reported that caused significant delays and cancellations in the latest monthly period, which runs from November 10 to December 7, were all issues that were the responsibility of Network Rail, which runs the rail infrastructure. The Scottish Government had been pushing to have all matters devolved to ministers north of the border before Boris Johnson swept to power in last week's general election. But like the Scottish Government, the Conservatives have lost patience with the franchise system they introduced in the 1990s. Keith Williams, the former British Airways boss, has been beavering away with root and branch review of the railways, with hopes raised that sweeping change was in the offing next year. He has already said that the franchising model has had its day and is expected to usher in a complete overhaul. He has so far. For more on this story, visit the news article link.